You see who here? I don't know which side it's gonna post, but I'm gonna just do this. Go ahead and introduce yourself. They know who you are. They should know who you are. As many times I shout you out, they should know. Let them know who you are.
Oh, right now? Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. It's your girl, Movie Bae. Here on YouTube, I go by Movie Bae. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like the video right now.
And I'm gonna put her. Y'all should know. If you watch me all the time, you should know. You should see her link. But I'm gonna put it down there. Go ahead and subscribe. I saw your numbers is coming up. I'm seeing it just tick up every single day.
I've been doing more collabs and that Swarm and all this baddie stuff. Yeah, it's helping.
Swarm. I couldn't even finish Swarm. Like I watched like the 4th episode and I was like, it's too weird.
Oh my God.
How did you finish it? I don't know. But go ahead and subscribe to her. Do that. Yes. Do that now before we go ahead and start this review. But yeah, what you got to say? The episode, I think that this is the best episode of the season for me in terms of like the whole concise. It felt like a real reality show episode. It's the best one they produced.
It did. They are definitely getting better with editing. I feel like they listen. They listen slowly, but they listen to the fans, and they are definitely editing the episodes where they're not dragging on.
Right. And then I feel like I feel like today's episode, the scenes were it was just enough. Like we got enough of the content for each scene to where it was not dragged out. So But you ready?
Yep. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So we get back from we got back from the little cliffhanger they had with Tommy getting up. We knew she wasn't gonna do that. But this whole episode, maybe Stunner had me laughing the whole episode. This was her episode for me. Because her one-liners that she was throwing in there, everything she was saying was true. And she started saying, like, she peeped how Tommy was trying to give advice to Biggie. And then saying, like, in the middle, she's trying to mediate while still trying to give her advice. But she want her ones with both of them. We already know that's how she get down, and she ready for it.
Exactly. She was like, matter of fact, I see them trying to mediate. I want it with you and with you.
Exactly.
I really don't think... I feel like we all like go off of Tommy, how she used to be on Love and Hip Hop for real. But Love and Hip Hop, they couldn't even fight for real on there. They had a big table in every scene. So it's like, we just know she crazy, but I don't think she really...
Me either.
I think it's just, those people who like just talk a good game. So it's like, I don't even want to mess with her. That's Tommy.
It's the mugshots. That's what it is. Because now that you said that, I was sitting there thinking that the past couple like episodes too, especially I really started thinking about it after the fight with Natalie when they was in London. I'm like, come to think of it, we ain't really seen Tommy throw down. Like we ain't really seen her fight. Like her fights on Love and Hip Hop was throwing a drink and snatching the girl by her hair and like snatching. I'll give her that. She know how to snatch somebody, but I ain't seen her throw no punches yet. Really.
Stunner too. Stunner can snatch real quick. She can throw a drink and snatch real quick.
For real. And win or lose, that's the thing though. That's why I respect her. I respect her so much because win or lose, she don't care. She gonna get in there and do what she gotta do. Like if she gotta beef, she gonna address it. And if she gotta fight, she gonna fight. Exactly. Point blank. But Biggie was still sitting there popping it. And Tommy was trying to tell her like, that's what bitches like them do. That's what they do. They like to pop and blah, blah, blah. But we from the East Coast, we don't do that. And you notice, I don't know if you noticed it, but I noticed the minute she said that, that's when Biggie switched. It's like Tommy is like, you can tell Biggie is a super fan of Tommy because anytime Tommy says something, she did exactly what Tommy told her to do. Like she told her to shut up, she shut up.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's like fan for real. Something about Biggie does give follower energy, and especially in this episode, just like watching her, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit, like on the bus when she started like she turned up on DJ Sky a little bit. Biggie didn't have any like that was she only did that because what's her name? Tommy was like, Sky, come back and play the music. Sky, we need the vibes. Right. Then Biggie stood up and like, Sky, where you at? It's like and it's like a pit bull for real. Like that's her guard dog, and I don't like that. I don't like that dog.
We'll get on that, but yeah, because you definitely, I got something about that too, but yeah, we'll get to that. But she ended up, like Natalie was telling them to stop talking about the issue or whatever, and she wanted to eat. And Kat was noticing that Biggie was sitting there mugging Stunner the whole time. And Stunner asking her, what the fuck you staring at? Like, what you want? Like, what is it? You want to eat me or whatever?
Her hard at that deal. She was just like,
Just
like,
mad.
bitch, that you corny bro. That's so lame. Why are you so
Stunner
crazy?
was on her. Stunner was on her this whole episode.
She was like, cause what's her name? Biggie said you a fraud. Stunner was like, girl, every time the cameras come on, you turn Spanish.
Damn, that's what
Not counted. Not counted.
And it's true. You can tell it though, because like I can tell like she only does it. She does it in the confessionals most of the time. Like every time she's in a confessional, that's when she does most of her Spanish speaking, which literally proves her point. Like you literally talking to a camera, and that's when you turn it on. And then as many times as she dropped niggas through the whole episode, she shouldn't be saying it as much and speaking in Spanish as much. So it's like, yeah, she doing it to fit whatever mode she feels like she needs to do in that moment. But like you said, I mean, she following the herd and she doing, and that's the thing too, because you notice how when she got up too in that scene where she was acting like she's about to cry when she was saying, like, you could tell in a way, in other words, she was saying that Chrisean was not on her side, and that's why she started fake crying. But when she got up and Chrisean got up trying to console her or whatever, she quit like the tears. I was like, where the tears at? Like,
exactly. Biggie that's exactly what it was. But I am proud of her for actually telling Rock, like, yo, like, because Rock was like, oh, I love you. She's like, nah, because you slick was trying to call me corny, like you trying to talk to me like I'm not with it. And I was like, oh, okay, Biggie. Because, yeah, like, in my head, at the moment that Rock was like, I love you, Biggie, I was like, girl, you fake. It's not giving love. It's not giving love. It's giving instigator. It's giving the mean girl in school that just like to see everybody fight and play cool with everybody. And I never liked that type of person in school.
Yeah, me either. But Chrisean, I mean, I think whether she was being fake or not, because she definitely was being fake when it comes to her. But whatever she said about Biggie was true though. Like Biggie, that's what she is. And Biggie's, you can tell she's trying her best. Like she know that she has this, I guess in this moment, in this time, after they filmed so much, she already knows that she already had these beats with Stunner. She's trying to keep it on, to keep that storyline, to keep herself on TV. But
because Biggie was legit the only regular girl. Razor too, but Razor, like I went to her page prior to the show airing, and she already had X amount of followers. Like she already had a following. But Biggie is literally the only average girl that when the show is over, sis, it's over, sis. That's why I feel like she's trying to get in good with Tommy and Natalie, and that's why she didn't like when Rock isn't on her side, because those are like the main hitters of Zeus. So if I'm cool with them, when this is over, I'm probably gonna have a job regardless.
Facts. That's a fact. You got anything else you want to add to that scene? Because they finished that, because Tommy ended up getting up and walking off with Biggie, but the rest of the girls sitting there eating. You got anything else you want to add to that scene?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So the next scene, they ended up getting back on the bus.
Wait, yeah, I do. I'm tripping.
What's up?
Scotty. Did you notice Scotty in the table scene?
I feel like I noticed her saying something, but I don't know if I wrote it down. What'd she say? Say it.
I didn't write it down either, but Scotty is so lame to me. I was like, well, she better be quiet before she get backhanded. Because she was like trying to calm Biggie down, like, just stop, just ignore her. Just be quiet. Don't talk to her. And Biggie was like, look, I'm trying to respect you right now, but please stop talking to me. And then when Biggie was staring at Stunner was like, what you looking at? And Scotty was like, if you weren't looking at her, you wouldn't have known she was staring at you. Like, Scotty, shut up.
But I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I didn't write it down. I'm sitting here looking, I didn't write it down, but I thought about it. When she said that you wouldn't know if she was looking at you, if you weren't looking at her, that's a lie, because I always can feel when somebody is looking at me, even if I'm not even looking at them. Like in my job and stuff, I can tell when somebody is looking at me and I'm doing work or whatever, and I can feel it. And then I look up and you looking at me and I'm like, what?
That's
like
true.
Looking at you. And I was the same way that Stunner. I can't stand when somebody's sitting there just looking at me. Like, if you just looking at me, say something. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
And that's what she was giving.
And staring daggers. That was so lame to me. I never stare at a girl I don't like. Are you dumb? No. You gonna stare at me before I stare at you.
And if you gonna stay that long, get up and do something. Like, what you just staring for?
Because she don't want to do nothing. Because she's scared.
That's clear. That's clear. And that's the thing. That's why when she's sitting there saying to Chrisean, she playing her like she ain't with it. You ain't with it, at least from my point of view.
You're not.
Like the only
not.
fight she's had on here was where people don't want to call it a sneak. I guess you don't want to call it a sneak, but because Stunner was looking as she was coming to her, but you waited till she was basically not even paying you any mind. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they got on that bus and they ended up going to the club. Fans was outside. The club was, that's the thing though. You said it in your review, I think last week. The Phoenix looked lit. And I ain't never thought of going to Phoenix, but they was lit out there. Like they were showing them love.
My homegirl, she went to Phoenix once. And I was like, Phoenix, Arizona, what's out there? She was like, no, girl, it was lit. And I was like, okay, add it to the list. Gotta go out there.
For real, because I ain't never thought about Phoenix as some place to go. But the way they was giving them love and the way their energy was in that club, I was like, okay. But they ended up getting to the club. The club was packed out. Rolly ends up seeing a girl crying. Apparently she getting pummeled because all the fans is jumping or whatever. And then she ends up getting on the mic telling them to move the fuck back, and they ended up pulling the girl on the stage, which I thought was cool. I mean, yeah.
I was like, I'm smushed too. I want to be on stage.
I was about to say that was good strategy.
It deserves to be on stage. Pull me up.
That was good strategy.
But like, to be honest, why? Like, why are they going so hard for these girls? I mean, like, no tea, no shade. I'll watch the show. I might even go to the club, but I'm not gonna be
jumping like that. For real, like
I'm not about to be rushing to the stage, smashing people like they on Selena. Like, I'm not about to be doing that. Like, who are they? Not Beyonce?
That's what yeah, right.
Rihanna?
They was, but that's the thing though. You would have thought different though, the way they was acting in this episode, because this is the part that I said, like, the way they did this episode, this club performance, hosting, whatever. This was the most concise it was, because when Natalie did their introduction, everybody got a pretty decent amount of like applause and like response from the club, except for Sky. She was the only one that was lukewarm.
Those were kind of quiet.
But I love the transition. Because when Chrisean was the last one, and it went straight into her music, I said, okay, y'all doing something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. I was like, okay, nice transition. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, Broadly did her performance.
I'll wait till later. Go ahead.
I'll wait till later. What you was about to say? We got a little lag.
I was talking like Rock performing first, but that was later on the bus. So we talk about that a little later.
Okay.
When she wanted to perform first.
Yeah, we already on the same page. We didn't start getting to it. But Rolly was next up. She performed. Stunner had the crowd. But this is where Stunner made me laugh. Because Tommy and Biggie were sitting in the corner, looking like sourpusses, watching her perform. And I literally had to write it down word for word, verbatim, because she had me in here. I was cracking up. I had to bring my sister in to show it. But she said Biggie's ugly fat ass is sitting in that corner with her motherfucking hand on her dick, mugging me. And then she said, is you hungry, bitch? You want to bite? The way she was talking in that whole scene, she was eating Biggie up that whole scene. And it was so funny because she was performing the whole time, and her energy, you wouldn't even thought that she even noticed them over there, but she noticed it. And that's how you know Biggie is that much of a hater. Like, that's what I get with her. Like, I tried to see her point of view halfway through the season, and somewhat I tried to see and started to see a little bit. But it's clear she's just giving hater the whole time. She just don't like Stunner for some reason.
I honestly, is that just like you said, for some reason, I'm trying so hard to try to recollect where this animosity could have came from, because it's like, okay, you didn't like the way she moved at the photo shoot. That's not grounds for fighting. That's not grounds for canceling somebody. Just let it be known. I didn't like the way you moved. And that should have been the end of that, to be honest. I really don't see why she doesn't like Stunner. Like, I'm trying to do like some psychological digs on this girl, because it just don't make no sense. Like, I would never stare daggers at a girl I don't like. I'm not gonna be standing on the side of the stage while she performing, just like mad, flicking her off. Like, it looks corny. Like, you look lame and bothered. I learned this quote when I was in 7th grade. He who angers you conquers you, Toni Morrison. No, because you so mad. That's making Stunner win, because you are bothered, sis. She's out there performing, getting her extra $2,500 check while you getting 12. Why is that? Why you mad? Be mad at Natalie then. Be mad at Natalie then.
She ain't mad about it because she was one of the ones that was changed. She was I think she might have been the only one that was not performing last week. Whenever Natalie was asking, okay, does this sound right? She was the one that threw her hand up saying the performance need more money. So she can't be that mad.
But you know why she did that? You know why she did that?
Because Tommy
performing and Rolly performing. And she's a fucking follower.
And she didn't want them mad at her.
Exactly. Like, what you mean I don't deserve more? I'm a special guest. Like, it just would have turned up. She a follower. I can't respect nobody like that. Like, at first, I was kind of like Nolan Boy with Biggie. Like, it's whatever. But she was just so corny this episode. I cannot.
Yeah, that's the thing with her. I was trying, because the way she came on that first episode, first impressions of everything. She was the one that was doing the most in the first episode. And I was like, here we go.
True.
And then I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she done pulled me back to that same doing too much. She doing too much. But I'm glad you said the special guest, because that just brought us into Tommy, who was so hell-bent about going last. And I feel like, again, her performance was the weakest one. Like, why do you feel like you need to go last all the time if you ain't bringing no energy?
Tommy and Lo are the only people that knows the lyrics to Tommy's song. Lo was the only one on the stage, like rapping with Tommy, bro. And I wouldn't have even been doing that because you a special guest. Bring the crowd. Tommy talking about she a headliner. She want to go last. What are you headlining?
For real, because like, what music do you have? And it's like, that's what I said to a couple weeks ago. I'm like, she want all this money, but it's like, you ain't nobody. And that's the thing too. A lot of these girls on here, their music is not, granted, Stunner Girl and Chrisean, Stunner got more, I guess you could say Stunner got more hits than Chrisean do, because at least I've seen and heard a couple of her songs now that I've been introduced to her. And I see it's got traction. Chrisean just got that vibe song. She ain't put out nothing else. So in terms of hit artists that need all this money and all this headlining attention, you ain't that. And you definitely ain't at Tommy, because you ain't even on their level. And they mid. They ain't even really mid.
Especially being on the West Coast, I feel like Stunner should be the headliner. Being on the West Coast, I feel like Stunner should be the headliner because that's her fan base. Like I said in my reviews, I have never heard of the girl, but my little sister is a fan. Lord Jesus. My little sister is a fan. So she's like, you ain't never heard of Stunner? Listen to this, listen to that. Before the show even aired or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then of course she was on Madden. I'm like, Stunner needs to be headlining, if anything. I understand Rock because she's Zeus baby, but like you said, Rock has one song, maybe two, but we only know the vibe song.
Literally, Stunner got a couple.
You can't headline if you only doing one song. Stunner can literally rap at least 3 to 5 songs, bro.
Throw it in rotation, like she said.
And I think Tommy only doing one.
And the way it should, that's truth be told, the way it should be. Chrisean should start it, Rolly, Tom. Well, I don't even know. You can interchange Tommy and Rolly, but like you said, you put Stunner at the end. She the one that got more of a catalog, even though it's small, but she got more of a catalog. But whatever. So then, what else happened in there? They had a little twerk.
Like the twerk contest.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
It was better than the last club.
No,
but
at least they wouldn't get mad.
Cause but I was judging. I was like, okay, their outfits are better than the last club. Cause you know me. But no tea, no shade. If you are a West Coast viewer, it's no tea. It's no shade. Y'all just don't twerk like we do in the South. Y'all just don't. It's not giving. It's not giving. I was like, is this the twerk contest? But that's okay. I'm from Texas, if y'all ain't know. I'm right next door to New Orleans. We twerk down here.
Look, we both Southern babies. We both in the South. We know when to get down here. But so then they had a little meet and greet. I ain't even call it a meet and greet. It's a stopping. It literally was like a stop and shop with the picture, like take a picture and then walk. Because you ain't really meet them. And then if they said they paid extra to do that. I want to know how much more they paid to do that. Because if that's what you got for whatever extra you paid, I would have been asked for a refund. You got to reimburse me.
It depends, true, because it depends on how much. Like, if it was like a slight little, well, I'm kind of, I got a little bit to spare, but I ain't paying more than 20 for sure.
Oh, right.
And that's really only because I would be like, can I get Natalie in my picture? Natalie, can you sit here? Kat, can you sit here? Lo, can you sit? I don't know the rest of y'all bitches, but Razor, you kind of cute. You could come.
Right.
Like, who is this bitch? These who I want in my picture. Rock, get your wild ass on. Don't need you in here.
That's the truth. I'm telling you.
I pay my money. These the bitches I want to take a picture with. Period.
Well, we got to the next scene. The next scene was the next day / night, because you see how they showed the beginning. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get something today, but no, they went straight to the night. So I guess they was flying to Portland that time, and I guess they didn't film because where was they? They was in Arizona, and Portland ain't but like what 2-3 hours maybe flight. So they should have had something filmed, but maybe they was just trying to get to the bus. But they got to the bus, and this is the rest of the scene, right? This was the rest of the episode.
Basically, on that bus ride. But before we get to that bus ride, how many of y'all have been following the tea online between Stunna, Biggie, and Tommy that was off air? So I wanted to interject and say that part here because it was, according to Stunna, it happened in Arizona, and this is the only window that I could see it actually happening. Now, granted, my notes on my phone, and I'm on my phone right now. But I'm gonna try to remember the story corrected in the comments. So this is what Stunna and DJ Sky said. I had to put their stories together. When they was in Arizona, I think it was after that dinner table, because that's when Stunna was like, we can get it up whenever we get back to the house or whatever. And Tommy even said, she was like, we can handle it when we get back to the house. So after the club appearance, they supposedly got home around like 4 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning. And Stunna is asleep, okay? Now, DJ Sky said that Tommy and Biggie were like trying to get DJ Sky to record them going into Stunna's room while she's asleep. So DJ Sky like, nah, I ain't about to do that. I'm not about to do that, whatever. They tried to get Rolly to do it. Rolly wasn't for it either. And Natalie even claims they tried to get her to do it, but she didn't want to do it either. I doubt that, because, Natalie quick to try to record something.
Exactly.
But apparently, they did like some old BGC style thing. Tommy and Biggie ran up in Stunna's room and like swung her door open and was like, come out the room, we trying to fight. And then they ran away. Exactly.
Are you serious?
So I was like, okay, but all the animosity that y'all had, if y'all was really about it, y'all should have jumped on her. Granted, I don't agree with doing that while somebody's asleep, period. Yeah. But all the anger that y'all had, y'all should have just done that. So apparently the Stunna, she like, wake up or whatever. Biggie comes back in the room and says, hey, we not really trying to fight or whatever. And then she closes the door. So Stunna gets up, wraps her hair, because Stunna, she come out her room like, nah, y'all trying to fight, what's good? Yep. Security gets involved, obviously. They push her back in her room, and Stunna's like, hey, I'm trying to go smoke. So they let her go smoke outside. So Stunna's outside smoking, but what she's really trying to do is break around to Tommy's back door and break the door down to fight them. And then Natalie says, Tommy and Biggie were holding the door, trying to secure it so Stunna could not get in and fight them.
Are you serious?
Yes. So I feel like that flash from the club and then straight to Oregon, I feel like that's what happened in between there. I don't even know why they wouldn't have put that on Zeus, even if it was via confessional form or subtitle.
Or
I don't even care. But if something happens that feeds to the storyline, because we know down the line, Tommy and Stunna, they're going to get into it big, put that in there. So that's why I wanted to say that what happened before Oregon.
I'm glad you said it, because I didn't catch it. I did not catch that online. Where was it on the Zeus T? I need to watch that, or at least look at it. But that's crazy. That's crazy though, because like if you're gonna do all that and like have people trying to set it up and like film it and whatever, why would you not go through with it? And then Stunna, I don't blame her. I'd have been the same way. If y'all gonna try and come in here and try and jump me, then let's go. Yeah. Because I'm gonna go out here and grab whatever I want to grab, and I'm gonna come get y'all. But I feel like probably why they either didn't record it, because that's the thing with Zeus. I can tell they spot record. They only record certain periods of the day instead of doing it like a full reality show would. Like you filming from sun up to sundown, so we don't miss nothing. And then again, hearing what you said with that, Tommy being a producer and somewhat, I ain't gonna say she a golden child on Zeus, but she is in a way somebody that is different, that's gonna bring an energy to the show and bring an attention to the show. She looking like a punk. The way that sounds, that's some punk shit. Like you sitting her holding the door when you come jump me. So they trying to hide that too, possibly.
And they said Natalie said Stunner was really trying to break that door down because it was damages that they had to pay for to the door afterwards. And I believe it.
It's entirely believable. The way Stunner get down.
She feisty. She was trying to get at them.
She trying to get active, as she always say. She need to coin that.
Get active. Get active. That lives rent free in mine, I swear.
But we get back to them on the bus. So they on the way, they in Portland on the way to the house. And basically what you was talking about with the Sky stuff, Tommy was asking where Sky was because she wants some music. And my whole thing was she want her on the aux. And this is the part where I'm like, because Sky, I wasn't really feeling her at the beginning either. Still, I don't really care for her. But in this moment, I was like, why y'all got me wanting to defend Sky at this point? Because the way Biggie was acting, like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why she got to be the one on the aux because she the DJ? She ain't getting paid right now, so she don't have to control it. Why the fuck y'all can't control it? Why can't y'all do it?
And don't. Sky, come play some music. Come play some jams. Sky said, I'm drinking right now.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm not about to come to your beck and call. You got $2,500.
I was gonna say you cut me the check.
Because that's the booking fee right now.
That's what I was saying. But they started talking about her ass too. Right. Put something on. Yeah.
Turn up.
Where's
everybody be quiet?
Where's your EP at? Let's start playing that. But they ended up starting talking about her ass too. They started talking about Sky, saying they was wondering if her ass was real or not. They started asking Chrisean. Chrisean said, I don't know. And she said sometimes she was saying, I don't know if it's fake or real. Maybe it is fake. And then she ends up calling Sky back there. Sky ends up dropping her pants, showing it off or whatever. That was just I thought it was gonna be something bigger than what that was, because the way they was building it up made it seem like it might be some drama coming from it, but it wasn't.
Yeah, like Sky was either gonna pop off or take it the wrong way or something like that. It's so crazy that the days that we live in, the time that we live in, people will assume that your butt is fake before they just assume that it's real. And that's crazy. That's just so crazy because, Lord, if I had some, I'll be quick, but it's real. It's real.
Right. You want to feel it?
Okay. So I would low-key be offended, but it's like, it's the time that we live in. Everybody have one or taking it out. So
Black China.
Or taking it out. Exactly. So I don't know. It's just so weird that that's where we come to. Do you think Lowe's is real? I thought Lowe's was real, but somebody said she got one too. Then again, I thought her boobs were real too. So
she got some good work because it looks good. Like you wouldn't think it was. Like you can tell Razor is fake, but I don't know. Razor didn't need it though. Razor right here, she wins right here. Like you don't even have to look down here. It's right here. She got that. Like she got them all beat. Her and Low and Cat.
It's the aesthetic though, but y'all know Cats is real though. Y'all know that's real. That's 2000, 2005 Vibe magazine days, Black Men's magazine days. Okay, that ass is real.
Exactly.
That ass real. A real video vixen.
Right, like back in them like Jet days, she would have been in the Jet magazine.
Yes, Jet.
Beauty of the week.
We showing our age, right?
I know. Look, my grandpa used to have them all
Jet?
the time.
What the heck is a Jet? A PJ? That's what they gonna be thinking.
That's the thing. I'm telling you. But we can skip past a lot of this though, because it was a bunch of. We can just get to the Nat and Chrisean stuff. Unless you want to ask something about the
Rock. This is where Rock talking about how she wants to perform first.
Set that up. I'm gonna let you have that one.
it was on the bus, and Rock was just basically talking about how when we get to the next venue, she wants to perform first. And Biggie's like, yeah, you can perform first. Yeah. It's like, girl, shut the hell up. You ain't running shit anyways. So Natalie is like, no, you perform first. Last time, I need you to go last. And Rock is like, I don't want to go last. I'm trying to perform and I'm trying to get out of there. And that's what Natalie was like, that's why I want you to go last, so you can't leave. You just can't escape. And here go Rock talking about, I'm not trying to do nothing to the crowd. I'm not trying to hype the crowd. I ain't trying to do that. But just last episode, these your fans, Rock, they came out to see you, Rock. And now you don't want to stay with your people, Rock. She talking about she had another gig. Girl, you just want to be laid up under that nigga, not making no real money. That's really what you want to do. And I hate girls like that. I can't stand it.
But she could. I can't stand it. But you already know, rumor on the street is she don't even get to touch her money. He's controlling that.
True. But he just says insecure too, so he want her up under him too.
Yeah, and he want to control her. And he know, granted, she do got clout. She ain't got as much as she thinks she do. But she got clout, and he knows that she got clout, and that's bringing more clout to him. Granted, he once was, I ain't gonna say he was popping when he first came out, but he was definitely he had more attention on him back when he dropped that rap, that Tatiana that was off beat. He got more attention then than he did before he met Chrisean. But with him and Chrisean and that toxic shit, of course, that's gonna bring more attention to him, and he's capitalizing off of it. But yeah. But we're gonna jump off of that from that part, because Natalie the whole time, because Chrisean was taking a shot, and she had a ginger ale can in her hand, and she ends up getting ready to take the shot, and Natalie's like, let me just hold your drink so you can take your shot, and then I guess if you finish with your shot, you can go ahead and use it as your chaser. Was nothing that big of a deal, at least to me. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But Chrisean was not having it. She's like, give me my drink back. Tommy's sitting there telling her to give her drink back. Natalie was joking the whole time, but towards the end, it got serious. I'm gonna let you throw your opinions in there.
So Natalie was like, let me hold it for you, because Natalie said she was wasting it. She's like, you're wasting it. Let me just hold it for you. Let me hold it for you. So it was kind of like a big sister-ish. I mean, I would do the same thing for my friends. Like, girl, let me hold this. You take the shot and I'll give it back, because obviously you drunk. You're doing too much right now.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a big deal either. You know, if anything, if I was Natalie, I would have been the one getting upset, because like, tummy in my ear, your vibe is off. It's like, I don't like what's going on right now. It's weird. I'm gonna leave. That's what I would have done. But it definitely was, I don't know. And something about Rock in her confessional, she was talking like she was right. She throwing off my shot rotation. It's giving alcoholic. It's not that big of a deal.
We already
your
know
shot
that.
rotation? Like, come on, girl. It's okay. It's not.
We already know that.
Calm down.
But it ended up escalating. Natalie gets mad, saying like, because Natalie's screaming and stuff, saying like, you're doing too much, you act like a child or whatever. And then she starts talking about how Chrisean had pissed her off 5 times earlier in the day. And what did she say? She said something like, Chrisean, she said something about her knees hurting or whatever. Chrisean said, because you owe. But that was funny to me. That was funny to me. I'm like, Natalie, why is that bothering you?
Yes, you want to know. And I really, because that's what Natalie was like. So they started getting, she was like, okay, Rock, I'm on your nerves, but you get on my nerves daily and I don't say anything. So it really is giving like sibling type relationship. Mm-hmm. And look, I'll be dirty 30 this year. A bitch knees and hip and back be hurting too. So yes, all of the body parts. Okay. So I wouldn't have taken it light to that. But I guess when you hear it over and over and over, and you know people online be in Natalie's ear, like, you this, you too old for this, you too old for that, you too old for this. So maybe that is something that really eats at her. So granted, she didn't say anything about it to Rock at that time, but you can tell she's been harboring those comments. And they do bother her, even though she doesn't think that it's like important enough to turn up about.
Yeah, and you could tell. So we back. So what was you talking about with the Natalie with the old stuff? Yeah, because when she was saying that too, she brought up a valid point too. I don't even know if she really was trying to elaborate on what she was saying, but when she was telling Chrisean, I pray for bitches like you to get to my age. And I'm like, you need to say that again, because the road Chrisean is going on, She might not make it to my age, and I'm about to be 28. Like, she might not even make it there.
Lord forbid, but yes, the way that she's living that life, I pray, and that's why I felt Natalie when she said that. I pray that you make it to my age. And then not even on top of that, I pray that you make it to my age. I pray that you have your own business. I pray that you have no N-word trying to control you and tell you what to do. I pray that you have I said own business, your own money. Emphasis on own, no. Do you hear me though? Like, do you hear me though?
But she
and
was
on
saying
top of that being 37.
And 37 ain't even old. That's the thing, though. People act like, I don't know why people act like being in your 30s is old. Like, the older you get, the more you realize old to me is like 70, close to 80. Because there's people, you get up in the gym, there's people in there in their 50s that look better than people my age. And I'm like, please stop. But
for sure. The older people definitely killing the younger generation, putting all that stuff in their face so they won't look old. You look old now.
You look older doing that. Facts. But Natalie was getting even more mad. She ends up walking up to the front and starts venting to the girls up there in the front. And then Stunner, this is where Stunner made me laugh. So she said, Natalie talking about somebody in third person, put a name on it. Like, stop. Stunner was
Stunner. Put a name on it. Okay.
I was like,
and her confessional look was so cute. She finally got it right.
The hair,
it was so cute. It was so cute.
Her hair last week.
Yes, because her hair be giving real cheap. It's like, does nobody pluck her wigs? It just be looking cheap.
Like how when you walk out you probably know when you living in Texas in that deep heat where you walk out in that humid and it's just like, that's what her hair be looking like.
Up, yes. She finally got it right. It looks cute.
But Natalie ended up getting on live and she's trying to hype up the people in Portland, letting them know they outside, letting them know they there. Chrisean ends up coming up to the front. And this is the part where, in a way, I was looking at Chrisean and I could kind of understand where she's coming from because Natalie was in performance mode. Natalie was like, look, Chrisean right here too. Like, you didn't just have this issue going on. And Chrisean was not going for it.
That's what I don't get about Rod. I don't. Because, okay, the only reason she came up to the front was, hold on, I'm about to prove her point. Damn it. So Rock was trying to get added to the live. She was like, hey, add me in the live. And then I guess she was like, they were blocking her. So I guess she was sending requests to get into the live, and Natalie was blocking her. So it's like, okay, damn, I just proved her point. But still, in my POV, I do feel like Natalie was ignoring her because the vibe was really, really weird. So I don't look. We did just turn up. So right now, out of sight, out of mind. But obviously, Chrisean is loved on Zeus. So I am gonna have to be like, here's Rock, everybody. Here, let her through security. Here goes Rock. Hey, and now you still mad? Like, bitch, why was you trying to come up here anyways if you still mad? Sit your ass in the back. That's why she popped off on her. I'm like, hold on. If that's your energy, you need to go to the bed because we're trying to get the people crunk. Okay.
I feel it. The way you broke that down makes it more sense. That's the thing, though, because that's where you can see with Natalie, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what people say about Natalie. Like, Natalie, when you get on these shows with her, you really think Natalie is going to be your best friend, and that's your own fault. Because Natalie knows what she's here for. She's here to put on a show. She's doing what she's doing on this camera. Hey, Rock, she's putting on a show. She's getting y'all's attention. Like, okay, she's here. Like, I know y'all want to see her. She's here. Y'all don't know what's going on, but she's here. We might be about to fight right now, but she's here. Like, Natalie's trying to keep it as entertaining as possible. And Chrisean even mentioned it too earlier before she got back up there, was saying like, Natalie, she's the type of person that does this, this, and this, and we all get over it because we know that's how you are. But then again, it's like, if you know that's how she is, then why you mad?
True. I mean, I guess anybody who's human, especially if you have to deal with somebody who is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde all the time, even if you know the reason why they are, it could be kind of like emotionally draining or straining. Yeah. But I don't know, like I was team Natalie in this instance because I would have ignored Rock too. I would have ignored, like, look, I need my space right now. No, you're not adding this live. You're not doing no, leave me alone. You're calling my name. I don't want to talk to you. No.
Yeah, in that moment, yeah. In that moment, for sure. But Natalie, like you said, was ignoring her, and Chrisean goes over there and shows her age, just slaps the shit out of Natalie.
Shows her age, and I was mad because Stunner ass was in the way. Get your ass out the way.
I know. I was like, how did not get that's the thing with Zeus, though. I noticed the moments that they should really catch with all them cameras, they end up finding a way to miss them. I'm like, because I remember watching that was the first live that I watched. Because usually I'm away from seeing, like, I don't really see much of the drama and what's going on online prior to the shows coming out. This one, because Natalie, like I said, I told them fans all the time, I said, Natalie, she's the one, whenever I see her on live, I will stop what I'm doing and watch, because that girl is entertaining as fuck to me. Yeah. So I was watching it, and I saw something happen, but I don't even remember if I even saw the slap on the live, but I know this was the one where I was like, okay, that's the live that I caught. But Natalie went apeshit.
Yeah, she did. And I feel like because we saw her face, like, her face was turned. So she had to get slapped hard enough to turn your face. Because if it's just like, my face ain't, not yet. Like, he put a little umph in it. Okay? And then, so much so, her camera even flew. Like, what?
Yeah. Her face
saw. All we see is, that's all we see.
Right.
God dang it. Jesus. Lord, let me fix some stuff, child. Jesus. But yeah. And I really, really wish Natalie, because she was slow to turn up.
Mm-hmm.
On live though. Now she want to stand on the table. On live though. Like, all you had to do, even if you scary, Natalie, security did have rock. So that was a perfect moment to do that right there. Hop across that, boom, boom,
just
boom,
boom,
right at the top of the head. Hit a DJ Duffy, boop, boop, real quick, and then you can pop your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the perfect moment.
That's the part. And Chrisean even pointed that out in her confessional too. She said, I just slapped you in your face. Are you going to do something about it? Are you going to hit me back? And I was like, Natalie, what are you doing? But that's Natalie. That's what she did last season. When Chrisean pissed her off and she was going, I was talking about she wanted to slap the shit out of her and beat her ass or whatever. I wish Natalie would just do it. Just swing. Just swing.
Agreed. Just try, baby. Just try. Because you're going to have people there to break it up anyways. Because Zeus I really don't like how much Zeus is on it. And maybe because they know their cast members are crazy. But even on BGC, they will let them fight for maybe like 3 seconds. Yes. And then they'll come break it up. But Zeus, they know that these girls got priors. So they there so they there to break it up before it even start. So annoying.
That irritates my soul. That's like that fight I was watching last night. The Plant Benavidez fight. That's what the ref was doing. The ref was like, anytime somebody was getting off on them, breaking them up. I'm like, let them fight. And that's how it was here. I'm like, just let them give them 5 seconds. Just give them 5 seconds. Regardless of somebody getting toe up, let them get toe up for 5 seconds and then get it. Like, just let them get something off. Because if you let them at least get something off, they won't go for round 2 or 3. Like, give them a chance to at least win.
Exactly.
But Natalie got off that bus and was losing her mind, going off, bring that bitch out here. Like,
let that talk the bus. While she got her, I wish I had my purse. She had her phone in one hand, purse in another hand. Get off the bus. Like, you ain't ready. You're not for real.
Hair still down. Like, come on now.
Get that off the bus. While she got her phone and her purse in her hand. It's not giving that you want us to let her off the bus, Natalie. So we're gonna let you yell.
Like, Natalie ain't really a fighter. Like, she's trying to prove that she is. Like, if I was Natalie and I was as hot as she is, I'd have been up out of them shoes. I'd have put on some tennis shoes.
Throw that stuff on the ground. Who got a hair tie?
And get ready.
What's up?
I'd be down there with my setup. I'll be down there with my set off because the minute she get up, it's coming. But Scotty ended up getting off the bus. This right here is where I'll be saying with Scotty. And this is where all her fans that were saying, oh, she ain't weak. She ain't weak. Everybody say she weak. The only people that say Scotty is weak is Scotty's fans. Don't nobody on the show be talking about how she weak, but she just proved to me how weak she is. Regardless if that's your friend or not, my friends don't charge me like that. My friends are going to take all their anger out on somebody else on me, especially when it's physical like that. Scotty wasn't doing nothing about it. She didn't even try. That's the thing, though. I understand why she probably didn't want to hit Natalie because she do care about Natalie. But if you decide you want to put your hands on me, that shows me that you don't care about me. So fuck me trying to give a fuck about you. I'm gonna swing back on you. But she ain't doing it.
She wouldn't have even had a chance. I literally, me and my little sister, one day we was arguing. Well, she was arguing. I was quiet. She was arguing. She was charged at me, and I didn't even give her a chance because this arm ran around and we fighting now. Like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even trying to fight. I didn't know. You ran up on me. I didn't know.
It is what it is.
You don't even get a chance to even run up on me. The moment her arm would have went out, mine would have went out. Like, what you doing? Wait a minute. Like, calm down.
I gotta like,
girl.
I'm telling you, I got this rule. Like, if you get right here and I can touch you, that's when I'm swinging. Like, you can't get that close to me.
If you are at arm's reach, anybody can get slapped. Period. Exactly. Anybody can get slapped.
Exactly.
Yay. Oh, Scotty. I feel Scotty is definitely a pushover. And then if we could go to the what happens next week, I don't know, because like you said, it don't matter if you're my best friend. I tell you, my blood sister ran up on me and I was prepared. Like, it don't matter. But I do understand, like, that's your friend. No one else got off the bus to check on her. Her intentions were good, you know. Yeah. But I still would have been like, hold on, wait, why you running, bitch? Because Natalie kind of beat, so it took her a while to get over there. So you had time to try to be like, what you want? What you want, sis?
And both of them are athletic, so yeah. Look, that's the thing.
You're not about to hit me up, and I'm not even. Nah, bro. You're not about to just hit me up against the bus, and I'm not swinging at all. No.
Exactly. And Rolly, I'm glad Rolly said what she was saying to her, because I hope. I'm gonna say I hope, but we see how they still tight right now. But hopefully Natalie ain't done nothing else like this after. But I hope it's like sunk into Scotty's brain, like, you gotta watch Natalie. That's your friend and everything, but if she gonna do this for a show, regardless if she's doing this for TV or whatever, you ain't gonna be doing that to me for TV if you my friend. You can do it to these other girls, but don't do it to me. And I hope whatever
you can do it to me for TV, but know that I'm gonna beat your ass back for TV. Just know that. Like, if you, I'm just not gonna. You're not gonna be I'm not gonna be your punching bag for TV. But we can fight all day if that's what you want. We could be fighting friends. Pay me for it.
Exactly.
And get your ass beat too. Pay me for it.
For real, that's it. Literally that. But they're gonna have their little moment. What else happening next week? I think it was really just. To me, it looked like it was about to go into like a super trailer type thing. It seemed like it was a lot of different moments, a lot of different shots. So I don't know. We might have a pretty hefty scene type episode where it ain't too much. Hopefully it ain't stretched out in one day. I like that this episode was over the course of 2 days.
Yeah, it is. It will be, because Natalie and Rock, they get in the house. Natalie behind security talking about get up, and Rock is just chilling. Rock is me in that instance, because like,
that would be me too.
I'm gonna let you anyway. So
yeah, so why am I
gonna go to the host, and Rock gonna leave talking about Natalie weird, and I don't know, like, I rolled my eyes because I'm like, Natalie weird, but you the one who turned up because she threw off your shot rotation and because she was ignoring you. Like, yes, when I'm mad at people, I'm going to ignore you too. You keep talking about some shit that don't even matter. Yes, I'm going to ignore you. So all this, she disrespect me all this time. You can't respect me and then disrespect me. Well, how does she disrespect you? By ignoring you? Because you still talking about old shit? Yeah. Yes, I'm ignoring you then.
And it's childish.
Grow up. How old is she? 22?
Yeah, childish. The whole situation was childish. Like, that's what you want to fight me over. Like, that's where we at. It shouldn't have escalated
at all. But she leaves though, and I hope it's for good. I ain't even gonna hold you.
She needs to at this point.
And Stunner said they ready to leave. What you say?
At this point, she do need to leave the show, because like she said in the scene, like, she want to go be with Blue, and she got another gig. Like I said, I've been saying this all season. If you got other stuff that you want to do while you're supposed to be filming here, you need to just go do that. Like, if you're gonna agree to be on the show, you need to be on the show the entire time. The entire time.
And I don't know if I really wish I knew the inner workings, because most of the time I blame her. But then at the same time, I do feel like Zeus like obligated her, like, you gotta be on Baddies West in order to get your own show. I feel like they did do her like that for real. And I think they were filming at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, because when they were in Vegas, Boo was in Vegas and all that stuff happened, I think.
Probably.
So maybe it's double booked, like show-wise. But why would Zeus even do that?
And that show
never filmed 2 shows at one time before.
And that show should have just been a 2 episode special. Like after the fight.
I didn't even click on it. Like that's not for me. I can't.
I had to watch it. I had to see the fight when Blueface fought her daddy. And I was thinking in the moment, I was thinking I was gonna be more so on her dad's side, but they just as worse as she. They just that whole dynamic from both sides is just toxic. Because they be like, oh, that's our princess. And he was like, well, she been hitting me. And they was like, well, that's Chrisean. You should just let her do it. I'm like,
she's
what?
A princess. I was like, this is exactly why I don't watch this show now. I can't. Ayana, come out of retirement, fix these bitches' lives. We need you. We need you. Oh my gosh. She would never.
They couldn't afford Ayana. She would have been like, no, this is too ghetto. Okay. Too ghetto.
Like, that would have sent her back into retirement. Like, never mind.
For real.
Never mind.
But yeah, that was it. Are you gonna do your review solo too?
I was thinking about it.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Yeah. I'm trying to debate if I want to go live, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna do it tonight. I feel like I got everything I need to say off on this one. But yeah, you need to do yours.
Or maybe we could do like for a finale or like a reunion, We can do it because by then I should probably have like, it's this website called StreamYard. So usually when I do collabs on Instagram, Lord Jesus, on YouTube, they do StreamYard and it goes through YouTube so you can see the comments and things like that still from the subscribers. So hopefully by then I have that figured out. By the time reunion coming, we could do it like that.
Yeah, I'm down because the reunion, that's what I'm ready for now. I'm at the point now where I'm tired of watching the rest of the show. Because I'm like, all this beef that they got going on, because I swear everybody got some type of beef with somebody from the cast right now that's going on right now. So the reunion, in terms of that's going to be fights galore. And then Chrisean being pregnant, which I'm still skeptical about.
I can't stand her. I can't stand her age. I can't. And I don't know if it's her or the people that enable her that annoys me the most. I just don't know.
It's a combination of both for me. Because I saw a video on TikTok the other day where I'm gonna show you it too. She was on TikTok. This is before she even blew up. She was so pretty, and she looked like a whole different person. She act the same, or she act different. She talked different. I'm about to show you. Look.
This is a video clip just showing who I am. I like to act. I like to model. I run track. I'm very athletic. I used to play soccer in high school.
You see how different she looked, how she sound different? It's like you could tell she just like, when she met Blueface, it's like some type of demon just took on her soul. And now she a whole, I'm like, how did this person go from this to what she is now? Like this,
but that's the most normal video that I've seen of her, like old video. Because I've seen some more like older videos of her, and to me, it was always giving special ed. It was always giving something wrong with this girl, especially her Blue Girls Club audition tape. I was like, is she stupid? And this is what got her casted.
When she got on Blue Girls Club, that's when it was like, dude, she was, when she was on there, that's when I could tell she was going to be a little cuckoo crazy. But she was crying randomly out of nowhere, like be sitting there just crying and running around the house crying. I'm like, okay. But
are you going to do Bad Boys?
Bad Boys. I think I am. Are you?
I probably won't. If anything, I'll do maybe I do like important episodes, but like I didn't even finish last season. I think I watched one episode after Jonathan left, and I was like, no. But they Dallas this weekend, and I was like, bro, I didn't see enough, but they was on one of my peers from high school because she was at a club that they was at. Child Raspy was walking on the bar. She said they started fighting. I was like, Lord Jesus, so in the club. So
I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing of them so far. I'm only doing it because I need some content. I don't, in terms of reviewing movies and stuff, I'm trying to think if I want to review like a TV show, like a real TV show, but I feel like with reality TV, it's easier for me to just go off on my tangents. I feel like with scripted shows, you got to be like, you got to be, but the way you be doing it, I'm like, look, I'm telling you, they be, because when they ask a fool on here, it just gives me full range to just talk about them. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna do it just because I'm gonna do it because I ain't got nothing else to talk about. And when this is over, I'm the type to just be like chilling. Now, you ain't gonna see me post for a couple months. But yeah, I'm gonna do that just to do it. But yeah, y'all need to go subscribe to her. I told y'all to do it already. Get her to 1,000. Y'all got me there. She almost there. You climbing. I've been seeing you climb. Shoot, the past month or so, you done jumped up.
Yes, the Ratchet Reality helps. You know, I do want y'all to go and look at my old videos, my classic videos. I review Baby Boy. Talk about a rant, okay? I
gotta go watch that. I gotta go watch that.
My Sworn review. You know, those are my more intellectual. But you got something to say. Like I'm still gonna be me. It's still gonna give, but it is more substance, you know. But
and that's what's up. Well, I'll see them. Shoot, we're gonna try and let's lock in on like a reunion or whatever. And I might just do it on yours or something since you done did mine.
Yeah,
so,
we can do that.
I got my sister back there. But it's been cool. I will see y'all next week. Like, comment, subscribe, and go check her page out because she might do one tonight. But if she don't, you know where to find her. And that's gonna be in the links below. But thank you for joining me. Nala, want to say bye?
Thank you for having me.
All right, see ya.
Bye, baby. Bye.